Hey guys, it's Joy and I'm back with a video, and this one is going to be done differently than I normally do my videos. Normally I would video doing the actual event or whatever it is I'm going to talk about. Unfortunately, I want to talk about that a little bit in detail, and I'm not doing it. Is that the thing I'm going to talk about in this video was something that was really special when my dad was alive, and I did this about once a month when my dad was alive for the last couple years of his life until I think it was in 2017 we stopped it. About the time he went on hospice, we stopped it because it became, we couldn't do it. I think we did do it through 2017, like up till like, I think it was like, a couple of times in 2017 we might have done it, but like we had to give it up. It was too much for my dad and too much for us. And with people coming in and out of our house and that, I just didn't have the time. But one of the things I read in a magazine one time was this idea of doing a dinner at home in your living room for your loved ones. And it was teens that did it for their parents, and I don't know the whole story of why they did it or anything. I think I found the article in Family Fun, or I don't remember. It might have been 17. And I thought it was a really cool idea. So I always filed it in the back of my head as something I wanted to do. Well, in 2009, an opportunity arose. My dad's health had been, we had gotten the diagnosis that my dad had Parkinson's 2 years before. And my dad was just not capable of really going out to eat and stuff as much as he would have liked. And because for him it was a little embarrassing because of his shakes. You know, he'd be shaking food all over the place, or, you know, and so sometimes he would have this problem. And it happened to be that Valentine's Day my dad was not feeling the greatest, not feeling up to it, but he still wanted to treat Mom to dinner. And I said, well, why don't I cook dinner and I'll make it special and everything? And he goes, oh, well, you know, okay, fine, you know. And I said, and we'll invite my brother and his wife, and since I know that, you know, my brother's a truck driver and he's on the road and he's, you know, and I don't know if that was when he was a truck driver yet or not, but because of his work schedule and that, I know my brother can't really plan too much either, and he hadn't. And so they came, and I set up 2 card tables in my kitchen, in the dining room area of my kitchen, because if you see my kitchen, it's all, the dining and kitchen are all in one, and we don't really use the dining area anymore. But I set up the dining room with 2 card tables, and then I had our big table that is no longer in there, it's in the back room. I pushed it into the corner, and it held a chalkboard that told the menu for the night. So that's how I originally started. It was way less fancy than I do it now. So you can start off real simple if you want to do this, but you're not sure how you want to do it. Or you can get as elaborate as I did it toward the end. If you want to do like my fanciest ones, you can go to Dollar Tree and buy the folder things, and I don't happen to have one handy. They have the ones that have like a clip on the inside, and it's like, looks like a little clipboard sort of thing. It folds over, you know, it's like covers the papers, but the papers go into it like a clipboard. Those are nice, but not my favorite option. They have the ones where they're like a folder. They're kind of plastic, but they're a folder, and they have like plastic sheets on, like clear plastic, the little flaps on the sides, and then they have the 3-hole punch area. Those are my favorite, and we usually use the 3-hole punch, and I put the papers, the menu in that, and they're sheet protectors. I use sheet protectors. So that can be your menu books. And then what I do is I print out a address label with the name of the restaurant and put that on the front. I keep red and black, I think, of those on hand, and I think I have one other color too, because I rotate based off of my theme. I try to make my menu match my theme too. So everything kind of corresponds with one another, and I do tablescapes. I'm going to show you a few pictures. So I would set up my table pretty nice, and I'd have like a charger or a placemat. Then I would have the plate, and then I'd have the silverware. The plates I would bring in and set on top of the charger, but yeah, I would have cloth napkins. I would do my fanciest silverware and my fanciest dishes for dinner, and it was just kind of cool. I would dim all the lights down to very minimal light in the room, and light battery operated candles on the tables, so it was like a candlelit dinner. No matter what we're doing it for, I love candlelit dinners. I think they're wonderful, and I love to do that. And even when I do, and I've done one for myself. I've done a dinner for one, but I've divided it into 2 plates, and I ended up eating half the meal I would normally eat. So by doing that, I think I ate a little bit of the other meal, but not like what I normally would have ate. So I will also show some pictures of that. So if you're single and you don't want to, you still kind of want to have enjoy in this. It's kind of a fun thing. And then I made a playlist for myself, and I played that while I sat and ate dinner. And I always make playlists, or I make CDs for my dinner parties, and share that with my family. So if you want to know more about my what kind of music I would play for whatever party I'm doing, let me know. If you're curious to know about a certain holiday, what I would do, let me know that too. And then I would dress up in a nice outfit. I usually tried to wear some kind of dress or skirt, and I try to be like a little more fancy, or like white shorts, because it's something I did more regularly. And I would wear a special apron that I made for that. I had special tablecloths I'd put on my tables. So I just kind of get fancier. Then I would plan a meal. Usually I do the meat in the crock pot. I would do mashed potatoes on the stove, or I do baked potatoes in the microwave. And then I usually got the steamer bags of vegetables. Back in the day, when I was doing this on a regular, they had the individual steamer bags, so everybody could have what they wanted, and I had already divvied out, and I didn't have to worry about it. So I would offer corn and peas and Brussels sprouts back then. A lot. That was usually the vegetable. Now, once in a while, I would throw in green beans, sweet and sour green beans, because that's one of my family's favorites. I should share that sometime, how we make our green beans, because that is one of our favorite recipes. So my meal would consist of a salad, which could have been a salad bar. Sometimes I did set up a salad bar and let them make their own salad. Most of the time it was something I'd bring to the table. Like, we had this one that they loved. It's called Fluff. So, then dinner itself would be a meat, a potato, a vegetable, and a piece of bread, whether it be homemade bread or a store-bought Hawaiian roll or something like that. I would always include some kind of bread. But it was usually a nicer bread than just like white bread, you know. And then dessert, whatever I felt like making. I've done an ice cream cake one time that I made for my sister, because that's what she wanted for her birthday. I have done easy cherry crisp. I have done brownie sundaes. I have done the fluff made up with angel food cake and whipped cream to make like a trifle. So I've done that before. I've used that as that instead for the salad dish. So just kind of whatever I felt like doing. If you guys are curious more about the menus in the past, I can share some of those with you, because I keep copies of all the paperwork. After my menu was planned, I would usually start with the theme, what theme I wanted that to be. So based off of which holiday it was, would be the theme. And then I always name my restaurants Joyful Something. So it's like Joyful Hearts Restaurant, Joyful Heart Tea Room, Joyful Busy Bee Cafe. So, and the last word is some kind of type of restaurant, but never was the same. So I would change up the title, and I would try to, fancify it a little bit, and like just make it fit the theme. Then I would pick clip art that matched the theme, and I would use that on my menu, on my place cards, and on my labels for my menu binders, or menu papers. Folders, that's what I was looking for. So those are just, and then I'd also make like a playlist, and if I made CDs for people, it would be on that too. I never charged my family for my dinner parties. The charge was hugs. They'd have to pay in hugs. And I always got tips of kisses on the cheek for my family, or my dad would always tip me $1 or $2 under the plate, so when I was cleaning up, I'd find my money. And so it was just a fun way to spend time with my family. I would offer drink options, usually some kind of punch, and then like pop, water, tea, iced tea, coffee, juice sometimes, just whatever I had on hand usually. And I would refill glasses and stuff as need be. There were certain drinks, if we made them, I would not give a refill. It cost an extra hug or kiss because I had to make something up, So that's one of the things we would do. And so I'm going to share some pictures with you guys of my family dinner parties without the family in them because I don't have permission. I mean, I could share my dad, my mom. I know they wouldn't care. And if Mindy's in them, I can share those. But I don't have the rest of the family's permission, so I won't be sharing my brother or my sister or my other brother. But I will share the family I can. And so you can see how we decorate it, how it looked. Some of the lighting's bad because we do take pictures as the night goes on, and we don't always have the right amount of flash in the room, not the right amount of light, but you'll still get a feel for it. I've also done, in one of the pictures you're going to see where I froze water in little silicone trays that were heart-shaped, and we used that in the juice for the Valentine party. So I've done that too as an added touch to my dinner parties. And I will share some from the one that I did by myself so you guys can kind of see how it worked out for myself. I used my selfie stick to take those pictures because I was home alone. My sister took my mom out for her birthday the night before my mom's birthday so I could have a dinner to myself. It's something I used to love doing, kind of helps me feel. And I'm going to say, if you ever need a little bit of a mental health boost, and whether you're single or not, I recommend this. If you can get everybody out of your life, out of your house for a couple hours, set up a dinner for yourself. I cooked my meat in the crock pot, and I then did baked potato and microwave vegetable, and then I had my dessert and everything was already pre-made out and everything for me. And I just sat down and ate while listening to music in the living room. I closed the curtains, and I had a dinner by myself. And it's just a great way to date yourself and I have to say, whenever I've done this, and I've done it a couple times, I'll dress up for my dinners by myself, including dress shoes, a dress, put on some makeup sometimes. If I'm really feeling up to it, I usually do my nails up for the event. So I shower right beforehand. So I've done my nails earlier in the day, and then I take my shower. And then I dress up in my nice clothes. And then once everybody's gone and jewelry and everything, I'll go the whole mile. Like I'm actually going out on a date with somebody else. And I'll sit down and have my dinner. And I serve myself, but at the same time, I just sit down and have my dinner by myself. And it is so much of a mood booster. It's like saying, I am important enough to have this fancy dinner. And I think we all need that now and then. And I can tell you that I was soaring for like a week after doing that time. And I couldn't wait to do it again. And unfortunately, pandemic hit before it could ever happen again. And I haven't been able to do it since. And things have been real rocky with my mom's health and stuff. So like a lot more mental health or like memory issues and stuff. So I'm happy to be more 24/7 caregiver than I was there for a while. I was able to get away for 5 minutes here and there. And not have to feel like something's going to go wrong if I step away. Now it's kind of more, whenever I step away, I'm kind of on high alert, and it's frustrating to me if something does happen when I lay down and take a nap or something. So that is one thing you can do for yourself or for your family is a dinner party. And I'm going to share the pictures now, and I'll try to talk about them as I look at them. Like a charger. For that charger, what we did is we used we used these place mats that I got from the Dollar Tree that were, they're like kind of plasticish, and we cut them down to the size we wanted, and then we sewed it. Mom and my sister sewed them for me, and then we made charger covers for them, and we have to tuck the end in because we never did finish off the charger cover ends. We roll the thing and we drop it in there, and I think I showed that in one of my Christmas videos. But anyway, and then we put on the table, and then I put silverware in. As you can see, there was 2 forks, 2 spoons, and a knife. The knife you can't see through the menu cover. That time I took a little bit of tooling, like a net material, and I just wound some beads around it, put some rose petal pieces out, and set out a candle holder that had lace around it that I had made. and just set that in the center, along with a little rock that said love. And I think that was pretty much it. And then their place cards had, like, it was from a calendar. The background was from a calendar that had roses. So I took that and then I stuck the label on the front and used that. Then there's the water glasses you can see there. So that's kind of how I do my dinner, my table looks. The salad dish, it's the fluff. Then let's punch. Okay, here's the main dish. The main meal was a piece of homemade bread. I think it was, I don't know, that looks like it's homemade white bread. Some mashed potatoes that I put some food coloring in. If you want to change up your mashed potatoes for a party, just add a couple of drops of food coloring to change the color. I've done monster mash with green food coloring. I've done ocean mashed potatoes with blue food coloring. Nobody gets hurt off of it, and it does it makes it more fun. My dad used to joke about them, but I think he enjoyed it. Okay, and then there was some kind of chicken. Then dessert was, brownie sundaes. So there was a piece of brownie, some ice cream, and some strawberries in the brownie sundaes. And Mindy helped me serve that one. So, and then there's Mindy and me and my dad. So that was 2016's dinner. Let's see, this one, Valentine's dinner. What year was this? Oh, this was after Dad passed. This is the last one we ever did. So this was 2019. We set up a table for my mom, my sister, my brother-in-law, and then we left a place for my dad, because it was actually done on February 10th, which would have been my mom and dad's anniversary. And then for my dad's spot, we put a picture of my parents' wedding, them and their parents and their maid of honor and best man. And then we had a photo booth area that we set up and goofed around with pictures and props and stuff. Was the one Mindy and I sat at. Okay, then we have my one for myself. You can see how I was dressed for it. This is kind of what I was talking about, how I dress for my parties by myself. And then my table. There's my meal, which was mashed potatoes, corn, a piece of cooked chicken. I don't remember how I cooked the chicken, and a bit dinner roll. And then my dessert was cheesecake. So that's how I do my dinners. If you have questions, leave them down below or contact me through email so I can share it with everybody. I hope you guys did enjoy getting to see how I do, what I do kind of for my family for Valentine's, or what I used to do. I can tell you this, if you do it for your family, yes, it's a lot of work, but it is, for the most part, in the end, I thought it was worth it, and I loved doing it. And if you guys want to see some of the menus I've used over the past, I will definitely share those down the road. I hope that this video gives you some inspiration for things that you could maybe do or need to get somebody else to do for you. And I hope you all have a wonderful day filled with lots of love and laughter, and I hope your saddest day in the future is only as sad as your happiest day in the past. Till next time. Bye, guys.